Hi. Today's flat earth word of the day is gravity. What does gravity mean? Whenever I say, what is the meaning of gravity? Somebody gives me this huge long explanation of how it's a secret force pulling us to the center of the earth and all this bullshit. No. It simply means you're just heavy. You're just heavy. That's it.
You think you're in a globe spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. That globe is spinning around the sun at 60,000 plus miles an hour. That solar system is flying sideways through the galaxy at 500,000 miles an hour. And that galaxy is going through the rest of the universe at millions of miles an hour. And we feel nothing. In reality, you are actually in a giant planetarium / terrarium / soundstage / Hollywood backlot that is so big that you and everyone you know and everyone you've ever known never figured it out.
You know what I find funny now from the people who believe in the heliocentric model, the spinning ball of water model, is how now they're making claims that if you question this model, this heliocentric model, that you must be incentivized to do this, to make this claim that, hey, we don't really believe that we live on a spinning ball of water that's expanding with the universe at 2.1 million miles per hour. You know, if we question their model, we're being incentivized by someone, by some group. My question is, who makes a profit from questioning the globe model? Because from what I know, it's the establishment who's pushing this theory. It's NASA, it's our government who's pushing this theory. And so if anybody's being incentivized, it's the people who push the heliocentric model. It's the universities who are pushing this this heliocentric model. It's not some person like me or any other person that's just making simple observations who are being incentivized. It's the people who actually work for the science academia field who are making money. These are the people who spend all day, every day online trying to convince you that you live on this magical spinning ball of water that's traveling at speeds that would disintegrate anything. It's those people who are being incentivized to push a model because this whole system revolves around this belief. So think about that.
Do you guys actually believe that I'm dumb enough to think the Earth isn't a globe? That I think we're on a flat plane with a local sun and moon? And that the moon isn't even a rock, but it's cosmic plasma? Don't be silly, guys. There's bubbles in space. And we all know our government has an excellent track record of being totally honest to the public. And of course, we all know that the Earth has to be one thing. It can't simultaneously be flat, convex, and curved. But in a lot of these spacewalk videos, the Earth appears to be flat, convex, and curved all at the same time. Now, what method could be used to fake a curving horizon? A wide-angle fisheye lens could do that, but I know for a fact my government wouldn't do that because they're honest, great people that don't just steal all of our tax dollars. I mean, this looks totally real and believable. And the Red Bull space jump, even though it just showed a convex Earth, I know they're not using any editing techniques because our government loves us and they want our best interest to be kept in mind.
And here it comes back around. It's circling. That's another day. You can see the days pass and the sun is local. It is simply just circling above. It's not 93 million miles away. It's not in outer space. In fact, none of the stars or planets or any of this stuff is in outer space. It's all in a closed environment. It's all part of the firmament. The stars and the planets, whatever, are simply lights, the luminaries. But yeah, here it is. Look, nice clear day, sun coming down. and it's going to get smaller and smaller as it sets. See? And here's what you're actually witnessing. I'm going to show you. This is from the FE Clock app. This is Alaska. And look, the sun is just simply moving around in a circle, and it never really gets dark in Alaska in this model. The flat Earth model is what's up. It matches the Bible, and it matches our observation and our feeling. You guys aren't spinning through the galaxy.
Imagine finding out that everything you believed in was based on a lie, and the truth was always in a Bible you've never opened.
Welcome to Fredo's Common Sense. Well, it's just getting better. It's just getting better. So today it was announced, well, Channel 9 did it. I'll send you a couple of photos that you can have a look at. The International Space Station is being dismantled. It's not even being dismantled. It's being, SpaceX they're going to be paid $1.2 billion to go up there and attach to it and then pull it down into Earth's atmosphere, and then all the pieces will fly over all the humans with all the other aluminium and minerals, materials that are going through. Wow. And this is what it says in some of the lines. It's at its end of its operational life. What fucking operation? What did it do? It grabbed some air. It had people travelling at 8 kilometres per second, hammering shit outside. Like, what did you do? What was your operational life? Like, honestly, let's be real. Someone's out there hammering shit. You were forever fixing stuff with your solar panels out there. Solar panels. 400 kilometres above the Earth, and you fucking solar panels out there, like, hammering shit. Like your operational life. $1.2 billion Elon Musk is paid to go up there and drag it down. He can't even get his two greatest spaceships, space rockets, whatever that fucking thing was called, out of the firmament. He can't even get past 70 kilometres high. So how the fuck is he going to get to 400 kilometres high, attach to it and drag it down? It's just hilarious. It's hilarious what you guys do. It's the fucking funniest shit in the world. It's like, I just can't, I reckon this is what's happened. Hollywood studios or whatever studios they're out of have gone, what, the rent's going to go up a bit. We really need that pool in that green screen. If you could vacate the area, please, that would be fantastic because we really need the space. Yeah, thank you. Come on, man. International Space Station, Artemis going up there in 2026. Where's that going to land? On the dark side of the moon? We've got 3 countries up there, America, India and China. Not one single photo still has come down. Not one. Not one of global Earth, that's for sure. Not one. Here we are worried about the Antarctic wall and the 24-hour sun with that Duffy, who I think's a scam artist, hiding from his family for a year, hiding everything from everyone. But you've got countries on the moon. Turn the thing around and take a photo of Earth. Oh no, we've landed on the dark side of the moon. That's where Artemis will land too, by the way, on the dark side of the moon. So, International Space Station being taken down, they reckon, by 2020, 2029, 2030. That International Space Station, not one single time when there was an eclipse did we ever get a photo from the International Space Station onto the Earth. That's pretty weird. No, we've never seen, surely they could take a photo of the other, satellites travelling around, apparently. No one's ever hit by them. It's pretty amazing what goes on. But, wow, International Space Station. The biggest hoax of all time besides the moon landing is the International Space Station. They built it up there while travelling at 8 kilometres per second. Here they are just building shit. And you guys still believe it. Good common sense. It is hilarious. You just make me laugh so much, man. Oh, you globetards make me laugh so much. Later.
Late night thoughts with Amber while I wait for my system to update. We've been talking a little bit about NASA on my page recently, which I don't know if y'all know, but NASA in Hebrew means like the deceiver of all. So like the whole space conversation for me is up for debate. But what is not up for debate is the fact that NASA owns a large part of the Grand Canyon, the parts where you like can't go into. They're off limits to the general public. You can't go in them. You can't. NASA owns the Grand Canyon, parts of the Grand Canyon. What's in there? What's in there? But it gets worse. They own some other stuff. This one got me. It got me a little bit. So the Great Pyramids obviously are in Egypt, right? So the Egyptian government owns like the pyramids, like the outside of the pyramids. They do like the rules and regulations, the touristy things. Like that's Egypt, right? That's Egypt. Do you know / have you ever wondered about who owns the inside of the Great Pyramids? The inside, the inside, the inner workings, the internal mechanisms of the Great Pyramids. Bet you never thought about it. Bet you didn't even know you needed to think about it. But guess who owns them? If you guess NASA, you're 100% correct. Why do they have those? What's in there? And then follow-up question, what's in the Grand Canyon? What are they hiding? What is happening?
I wanted to speak on a couple of things. There's a few people I always get asked, what about this? Or what do you know about that? Share this or share that. So it keeps me in scripture. I live by myself, so I have nothing but time. I'm retired and, I have nothing but time, and my time is learning and serving the Father, the Most High Yahweh. I wanted to share why I believe our earth is this, because I used to be a globe believer. I used to think that the earth was round because that's what I was taught and that's what science said. But I'm retired military. I'm from the Army. You know, I was in the Army. I was an electrical hydraulic mechanic in the Army, and I worked on what's called howitzers, big guns, artillery. And I did all hydraulics and electronics on it and stuff, and battle sight, the cannon and everything else. And I didn't think nothing of our earth being flat and stationary according to what scripture says. I was still stunned and surprised that there's a lot of Christians, a lot of Torah people that still are not quite there at that part of the truth, that understand that everything that science and man and NASA and everybody says, what they say is not true. That's why the scripture tells us, let no man deceive you. With all the technology we have today, I have yet to see someone standing on the curvature of the earth saying, see, the stars are down there, you know, because they're on the bottom of the earth. I've yet to see that. But anyway, this young lady asked me, you know, could you give some scripture, you know, of it, of the flat earth and stuff? I have all kind of itinerary, but I got to look for it, got to find it. But I do know that there's over 200 scriptures only depicting a flat stationary plane. And one of the what got me to it, that's what caused me to get back into the scripture. When I read it, somebody tested me and gave me about 8 scriptures, and they all depict a flat, the opposite of what I was taught, you know, and some of the key words used in it is face of the earth, stuff like that. And I haven't done this study since 2015 and 16. But there's you know, the famous 19:1, Psalms 19:1, the book of Job 38, chapter 38, verse 14. And that's kind of significant. That kind of made sense to me when I saw that one, because it's like in the day, the kings and stuff, they had a signet ring, and they would pour hot wax on us, whatever document they were going to send or some whatever it was, and they'd seal it. They poured hot wax or something, and they took their signet ring and stamped it. Well, it came out like similar to this without the dome. It was a flat round shape, but when you use a signet ring, the edges would rise up around the edges, and that in scripture encompasses is reminiscent to encompassing the waters, you know, of all the waters. If anybody done, you know, I don't know how many people, well, I know how YouTube, everybody knows how YouTube has struck down truth so much now. Back when I was studying this back in 15, there was abundance of information online. You know, I came in at 15. There's other people that talked about flat earth before that, and I didn't know. That's when I came in. But there was abundance of information on YouTube then. You could just click in flat earth and see anything you wanted on it. And you could read about Admiral Richard Byrd, Operation Fishbowl, and the footage of when President Kennedy, when I was born, 62, they were shooting nuclear weapons straight up, and they were hitting a dome up there. You could clearly see it. And, you know, just, there's lots of scriptures, but I guess I should have just recommend this person to go to flatearthdoctrine.com with Nathan Reynolds, I think his name is Nathan Reynolds. I think his name is Nathan Reynolds. He's got a lot of information on it. I usually carry a lot of little little pamphlets and stuff for it. But there's so many scriptures. And one of the ones that caught me the most, that gripped me, was Revelation chapter 20, verse 9, I believe it is, where they came down to the breadth of the earth. And I happened to look up what breadth of the earth was. It means flat, plateau, platus in Greek. So
it came in the mail, and y'all are opening it with me. Ooh. Smell it. Woo! Here we go.
The flat Earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni, and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Idialenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online, but if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store now and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.